As you can see, we're not in the art room today, but it is still virtual school and we still have rules we need to follow. So we're going to change the first line. Instead of being in the art room, you're not in the art room, and these are the rules. Here we go. You're not in the art room and these are the rules. Kindness and respect are always cool. Use your imagination and then create. Take your time, watch those lines, you'll do great. Positive statements while you're in school. Saying nice things is super cool. And now you know the rules that we go by. Practice makes perfect, so give them a try.
Hi, Fly Guy by Ted Arnold. Chapter 1. A fly went flying. He was looking for something to eat, something tasty, something slimy. A boy went walking. He was looking for something to catch, something smart, something for the amazing pet show. They met. Boink! The boy caught the fly in a jar. A pet, he said. The fly was mad. He wanted to be free. He stomped his foot and said, "Buzz!" The boy was surprised. He said, "You know my name. You're the smartest pet in the world." Chapter 2. Buzz took the fly home. "This is my pet," Buzz said to Mom and Dad. "He is smart. He can say my name. Listen." Buzz opened the jar. The fly flew out. "Flies can't be pets," said Dad. "They are pests." He got the fly swatter. The fly cried, "Buzz!" and Buzz came to the rescue. "You're right," said Dad. "This fly is smart." "He needs a name," said Mom. Buzz thought for a minute. "Fly Guy," said Buzz. And Fly Guy said, "Buzz." It was time for lunch. Buzz gave Fly Guy something to eat. Fly Guy was happy. Burp. Chapter 3. The Amazing Pet Show. Buzz took Fly Guy to the Amazing Pet Show. The judges laughed. "Flies can't be pets," they said. "Flies are pests." Buzz was sad. He opened the jar. "Shoo, Fly Guy," he said. "Flies can't be pets." But Fly Guy liked Buzz. He had an idea. He did some fancy flying. The judges were amazed. "The fly can do tricks," they said, "but flies can't be pets." Then Fly Guy said, "Buzz." The judges were more amazed. "The fly knows the boy's name," they said, "but flies can't be pets." Fly Guy flew high, high, high into the sky, then dived down, down, down into the jar. "The fly knows his jar," the judges said. "The fly is a pet." They let Fly Guy in the show. He even won an award. And so began a beautiful friendship. All right, let's start drawing Fly Guy. Whenever I draw anything, I try to look at it in the most basic of forms. And when I look at Fly Guy, the first thing I notice are his two great big eyeballs. So we're gonna start with a big circle right here in the middle. And then we're gonna put a circle right next to it, but we're gonna overlap the two circles. So we're gonna start at the edge of the circle, come all the way around, and when you get back, bump into the edge of the circle, but don't go into it. And then we're gonna go ahead and add a couple pupils in each eye, just like that. Now, we're gonna go to the edge of this eye, and think about the letter U. And what we're gonna do is come down like this, turn like the letter U, and come back up. And when you get to this eyeball, stop, just like that. Okay, we're gonna add a little nose, and you're gonna copy that U also. Start at the edge of the eyeball, come around, make the U, and go right back up and touch the other eyeball. There you go, you've got his nose. You got a nose, you need a mouth. So we're gonna come down here to the bottom, and we're gonna give him a little smile just like this, and then we're gonna add that dimple right on the side, just kind of like that, okay? And now it's time to do his wings. So we're gonna go and start about halfway down his body, and we're gonna use it, kind of think about a lemon or maybe a leaf, something like that, where you kind of come out like this, You come around, round that end. Don't make it too pointy. Round it, and then come back to a smaller area where it's attached, just like that. And then you're going to go directly across the other side and do the same exact thing. You want him to be symmetrical. If you've ever taken my art classes, you hear me say symmetry and symmetrical all the time, which is the same on both sides. So what we're going to do is add some veins in here to make them look a little more realistic. And again, we want to be symmetrical. So if we put veins on one side, we have to put veins on the other. There we go. All right, now we're going to give them some legs. So they're just curved legs just like that. They're going to run parallel to each other, the exact same shape. And then same thing here. We're going to kick out a little foot. And then right on the end of each foot, we're going to give them 3 toes. So 1, 2, 3 toes. 1, 2, 3 toes. And then on his arms, we want both of his hands to be on his hips. So you're going to come around and go back. It's almost like a V with a rounded end. You don't want him to have pointy elbows there. And then give him 3 little fingers kind of sticking out like that. Same thing on the other side. All insects are symmetrical. They're the same on both sides. So you want to make that look exactly the same. And we're going to do the same thing on his eyeballs. You're going to come up, give him a squiggly little line, and a circle for his antennas. And then let's give him 3 little eyelashes on each eyeball, just like that. Okay, and now what we want to do is make it so that it looks like he's standing on the ground. So right under his feet, you just want to give him a little bit of a shadow, just like that. And that's the shadow of his feet, but then you've got his body here, so you want to kind of give him a little bit of a shadow. Make it just a little bit bigger, something like that. Okay, now we're going to add the last detail, and that's the hair on his face. So what we're going to do is we're going to start just like this and take lines, and you're going to make a circle kind of shape, maybe more like an oval, and you're going to go all the way around his mouth, just like I did, just like that, okay? Now, we're going to start up here, and we're going to add the hairs, and we're going to put hair all over his face, and we're going to blend it in to these little lines here, but we're not going to cross those lines. Now, when you get to the edge right here, you want to take some hairs and break that edge so it gives him a more realistic kind of look, okay? And now bring those hairs all the way across on this side also. Don't forget to break that edge. Yeah, just like real hair. And then blend it right into that line so you can't see that line hardly at all. The more hair you give him, the fuzzier he looks. Now, as you come down, you're gonna do the same thing on the bottom, but you're really gonna break the line on the bottom so that it almost looks like he has a beard. And remember, his hands were there, and you probably are gonna get his hands covered with hair on one side, maybe on both sides. You give him a little bit here just to make him look a little more realistic. But that's okay, because if you were a hairy little fly and you had hairy little hands, you would not be able to see them if you put them on your waist. There you go. All right, so we want to give credit to the author as always. So the name of the book is Hi Fly Guy, and I'm gonna go ahead and write these in bubble letters. And if you don't know how to make bubble letters, you can come to my next video, and on the video, it will show you how to make bubble letters in a really, really interesting, easy way that might surprise you. So look for that video. That one's coming out. Hi Fly Guy. G's are always one of my most challenging letters to do. I'm not saying that it's hard. It's definitely challenging. I don't like to put things in easy and hard form. There you go. Hi Fly Guy. Just challenging and non-challenging. And it's written by T-E-D-D, Ted Arnold. A-R-N-O-L-D. Hi Fly Guy by Ted Arnold.
Bye.